The Seattle Seahawks are officially at a crossroads that will define the next 50 years of this franchise. Just weeks ago, the whispers around the league were haunting. ESPN's Seth Wickersham dropped a bombshell. The market for our championship squad was ice cold. It was a nightmare scenario for a team fresh off a Super Bowl parade. But then, the tide shifted with violent, incredible force. We are now looking at a record-shattering sale that will change everything we know about NFL economics. The empire is for sale, the vultures are circling, and the price tag is absolutely, terrifyingly massive. Let's dive in. Think back to early May. The air in Seattle should have been electric, defined by the sweet taste of victory and the glow of the Lombardi Trophy sitting in our display case. But behind the scenes, there was a chilling silence. Seth Wickersham, a heavyweight in the reporting world, pulled the curtain back on the Seahawks sale process, and the reality was devastatingly soft. Potential buyers were ghosting the league, and interest was described as surprisingly low. For a fan base that just climbed the mountaintop, the idea that our team couldn't find a suitor was a bitter pill to swallow. The NFL itself was reportedly nervous, hoping for a surge that just wasn't manifesting. We all knew the team was headed for a change in ownership, but the lack of urgency felt like a slight against the greatness we witnessed on the field. You have to understand, we aren't just talking about a local sports franchise here, we are talking about the defending champions of the world. Seeing the market struggle to identify a buyer for such a powerhouse felt like a betrayal of the standard that the Allens established. The rumors were swirling that the price might not even hit the heights everyone expected, leaving the Seahawks in a state of limbo that no championship team should ever endure. But football has a funny way of shifting the narrative overnight. If you were panicked 3 weeks ago, you aren't alone. I felt it too. It was as if the identity of our team was hanging in the balance, caught between the glory of the present and an uncertain corporate future. But sports is a business of momentum, and just like our defense on a crucial third down, the situation for the Seattle Seahawks has suddenly and aggressively turned around. The whispers of apathy have been replaced by the roar of a high-stakes, big money, legitimate bidding war. The market has woken up, and it is starving for a piece of the Seahawks. The transition from a soft market to something truly robust has been nothing short of a whirlwind. As of right now, the names of these mysterious new titans remain in the shadows, but the implication is undeniable. The sale is no longer a maybe, it is an imminent. We are talking about a timeline that has everyone in the league office scrambling. There is a very real possibility that a new owner could be sitting in the luxury suite before the 2026 season even kicks off in early September. That is a massive escalation that nobody saw coming when the flowers were still blooming in May. Ian Rappaport, a man who rarely misses when he drops a truth bomb, has suggested that we might see a special league meeting as early as late August to rubber stamp this massive transition. Think about that for a second. We could be finishing our preseason games and witnessing the start of a brand new era in Seattle ownership simultaneously. This isn't just about selling a business. It's about shifting the bedrock of the Pacific Northwest's sports culture. The urgency is palpable, and it's fueling a frenzy that has the entire sports world leaning in to see who will step up to claim the throne. When a team moves from low interest to robust in under 20 days, it tells you everything you need to know about the value of what we've built. The Seahawks aren't just a team, they are a commodity that represents the pinnacle of modern football. Someone out there sees the potential, the prestige, and the absolute power that comes with owning this specific franchise. It's no longer about whether someone will buy us, but how quickly they can wire the funds to get the deal across the finish line. The energy has shifted from anxiety to absolute, high-octane anticipation, and the clock is ticking faster than anyone ever imagined. Let's talk numbers, because these figures are nothing short of insane. We aren't just talking about a sale, we are talking about rewriting the history books of the National Football League. Back in February, there was talk of an $11 billion valuation, and believe it or not, that once mythical number is now very much on the table. If that happens, the Seahawks will effectively double the record set by the Washington Commanders, who sold for $6 billion just a short time ago. This is uncharted territory. It is the kind of wealth that makes the sports world stop dead in its tracks and realize just how valuable a champion truly is. Even if the final number lands closer to $10 billion, it still shatters every record currently held in the NFL. We are looking at a deal that will make the Commanders' sale look like a bargain bin purchase in comparison. The gap between the old record and the potential price tag for Seattle is a testament to the team's dominance and the immense untapped value of this specific organization. The fact that the defending Super Bowl champions are worth this much isn't a surprise to those of us who watch every single snap, but seeing it manifest in cold, hard cash is a jarring reminder of the NFL's massive growth. Why such a massive jump? Because success breeds value. When you combine a winning culture, a massive global brand, and a team that is currently sitting on top of the mountain, you get a premium that is worth billions. Buyers aren't just paying for the players or the stadium. They are paying for the aura of the Seahawks. They are paying for the Go Hawks energy that defines our city. This is the ultimate status symbol, and the bidders are lining up to pay a king's ransom for it. It is clear that the defending Super Bowl champions are in a class of their own. So, what does this mean for the future of our franchise? The language being used by insiders is deliberate and intense. It implies that we aren't just fishing for interest anymore. We have firm candidates, and at least one is clearly ready to sign on the dotted line. This is the endgame. We are seeing a shift from speculation to closure. Whether it's one buyer or a potential bidding war between several titans of industry, the air in the league is heavy with the weight of this imminent deal. The inevitability is here, and it is sweeping through the organization with incredible force. Will it be wrapped up by September? The experts are leaning toward yes, but even if there's a slight delay, the outcome is set in stone. The Seahawks are changing hands. For the fan base, this brings an avalanche of mixed emotions. We've all lived under the stewardship of Jody Allen, and while we knew deep down that this day was inevitable, she has been a remarkably effective leader. She kept the ship steady, she kept the standards high, and she helped build the foundation for the championship ring we are all currently celebrating. Stepping away is the end of an era, and it leaves us wondering who will be next. The next owner will have massive shoes to fill. When you inherit a championship team, the bar is set at the absolute ceiling. There is no room for rebuilding or learning the ropes. The next owner needs to understand that in Seattle, we don't just participate, we dominate. The Allens have cultivated a culture of excellence that runs deep, and the next person to sign that check needs to be ready to maintain that legacy. It's a daunting task, but it's the price you pay for owning the best team in the NFL. The countdown to a new beginning has officially started. The clock is ticking, the bidders are waiting, and the Seattle Seahawks are on the verge of a historic transition. Whether you're excited for fresh leadership or nervous about the departure of the current era, one thing is certain: the world is watching. We are witnessing the most expensive, high-stakes sale in the history of professional football. It's a bold new chapter for our franchise, and I want to hear exactly where you stand on this. Do you think the price tag will hit that $11 billion mark, or will it settle slightly lower? Who do you think is coming in to take the helm? Drop your theories in the comments below. I read every single one of them. If you love this team as much as I do, and you want to stay ahead of every massive development as this sale crosses the finish line, you need to be part of this community. We are closing in on 1,000 subscribers, and we are building the loudest, most informed fan base on YouTube. Don't miss out on the next update. Hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and let's keep this momentum rolling all the way to the next kickoff. We have a championship to defend, and the future of the Seahawks is in our hands. Thank you for riding with me through this wild journey. Stay loud, stay proud, and as always, go Hawks!